We're good here? Just waiting for Junior, folks. Hold on. He's so behind.
Alright, we're good.
Alright, we're good. Hello, Patriots. Welcome to the Hawk Podcast. Please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You know, I remember saying that in school.
Yep, they don't say it in
12th
school
grade.
anymore.
I'm sure some of them do, but most of them don't anymore. You know, it's crazy nowadays. So 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, you can view the show on Spotify.
We're on
Spotify. Or on your favorite podcast channel. It's whatever you like best. Or we're also live right now on our Facebook, which is the Hawk Podcast. Again, that's every Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Time. Share this with people you know. Share with everybody you know. Because we know you're fed up with these clowns in Washington. So join us today. Let us surprise these tyrants by showing up to the polls to throw them out. We can only accomplish that with your help. So sitting next to me is Mike. Jack couldn't be here this week.
Hello.
He needed to attend some function tonight, and we wish him the best of luck. I'm sure Mike will do a great job. And as always, Junior's here. He's a keyboard master. He keeps us in line.
That's a good thing.
How you doing today, Mike?
Good, how are you?
How's the resort?
Oh, very nice. It's hot, but luckily I have pools.
I think it was like 96 today. Like the heat temperature was 105.
Yeah, 107 I heard.
107?
Yeah.
So a little hot here in Myrtle Beach, but that's all right.
Yep, I got pools. I got an ocean. Some people have it rough.
So we know people are looking at other options for the next presidential election in 2024. Most of us are tired of the gaslighting and realize both parties occupying Washington are terrible. Our goal is to unite as many minor parties, third parties, out there under one banner. And we'll work our best to achieve that. People out here in America need to sign up for the party that best fits your needs. Drop the Republican Party. Drop the Democratic Party. They've led us up to there and they haven't. They're just not good anymore. It's like this back and forth on a clock. They never move forward. They're always going back and forth like a pendulum.
I would say even corrupt.
They're corrupt. You're right, Mike. They're very corrupt. You know, drop any party that's a spinoff of either one of the Democrat or Republican Party. They just follow their party rules. And during the primary, you vote for who they tell you to vote for. It's pretty crazy. Follow a party that believes in the Constitution and are independent of the two major parties. And understand that the people let them serve, and will work for us, not the millionaires and bureaucrats. The game in politics must change in our favor. And it will when we come together as a team. Together, everyone achieves more. Team. Under a Stand United network called SUN. S-U-N. The SUN Network. You know?
Stand United Nation?
No.
What?
Stand United Network. Stand United Network.
Oh, network. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
So I'm sure everyone has heard about this no labels third party. You've heard. We were talking about a little while ago.
Yeah.
John Mike didn't even know what I was talking about tonight. He was mentioning that Joe Manchin. So we'll get into Joe Manchin in a little while.
Yeah, I came in saying, did you hear about Joe Manchin?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, he's got this no-name party or something like that. I said, oh, really?
You know, hey, this no labels party is great on the surface. I mean, what you read, it's pretty good.
He seems pretty independent. He doesn't go down that Democratic line, neither. He goes what he feels is good for the state, at least I think.
Getting away from politics should be what we want in the future. All right, no labels. We don't want people you have to pick a Republican, Democrat, or Independent. You run on your character, not by a party.
Right.
You know, but that's not right now. So the first thing we need to look at is who is involved with the party. So the first person I seen, Joe Lieberman. He's the founding chairman. I find it funny because he's a lifelong Democrat.
Yeah.
He was in politics for the longest time as a Democrat until he changed to an independent. From 1989 to 2013, he served in Congress. He's been in politics since 1971.
I was 11 years old.
Yeah. We were young again. Again, he's been in politics since 1971. Another person involved in the labels is Democrat Joe Manchin.
Yeah. What do you think of him?
Well, I'll tell you. He will be the candidate if he decides to run for the No Labels Party.
Right.
All right. They're not going to let anybody else in the primary. It's going to be him.
Democrats would be fuming, I would think.
But I get what you're saying. He's vote a lot of times he votes independent, but he doesn't. You know, he's a lifelong career politician and a Democrat hack. Okay.
So he's waiting to get a little under the table for people to win his votes, type of thing.
If the No Labels wins, and say a Republican gets in office or a Democrat gets in office, this place will be a Democrat, a No Labels Party, and maybe we'll have a Republican president.
Okay, I found this on the web for Publican Kitchen officer or Democrat. Check it out.
Yeah, okay. No, that's not what I look for, people. Let's say a Democrat gets in, and it's Democrats and Republicans in charge right now. So who they have to go to for votes?
I guess they would have to go with that party.
Yeah, they would have to go through parties.
So it's like an independent party, they have to go through whatever...
Right. It'd be a little harder for an independent to get in there. But they would have to go to their own party to get things passed.
Mm.
You know? So really, is it a No Labels Party?
No,
No, it's not.
because they're going he's going right back to his Democratic roots.
Right. So a Republican will do the same thing.
Right.
I mean, I also see a Republican, Larry Hogan, and governor of Maryland. He's a co-chairman of this No Labels Party. Been in political office for 20 years, 2003. And there's a few others.
New.
You're right. We need somebody new.
These people, like you and Jack say, they get corrupt. The more years that they have in office, the more corrupt they get.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
why I think the term limits that you guys want is excellent. You
For
have
everybody.
to.
You know, I mean, you have a few other people running, but I hope you see my point. Lifelong political hacks. A Republican and a Democrat on one ticket.
Mm. What about that guy, what's it, West?
I'm going to get into him in a minute.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right, Cornel West. Like I said with Michael a couple minutes ago, I said, my issue is very simple. Whoever would be on a ticket, if elected, will need the House and Senate to pass legislation. So where do they go to make it happen? The political party they've been in, either Republican or Democrat party.
Right.
You know? Democrats not going to go to Republicans, hey, I want this. You know? Democrats not going to go to a Republican, not going to Democrat, hey, I want this. Because they're going to tell you to pound sand, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's all about party to them. It's not about America anymore.
No,
for these
no.
parties. It's all about them. Again, just think about this next sentence. Is this really a no labels ticket? Because it's not what I see.
No.
You know? It looks like a scam to me. You know, I'm sure they're going to be gaslighting the people just as the others are.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's a shame. You know, maybe if they started off in Congress, where there was maybe 50 or so in the House,
That's what I
where
say.
now they could go to them, and now they have to work for other votes throughout the Congress. Like the Democrats and Republicans have to come to them to win their votes.
Yeah.
But this guy's going to be by himself. He's running for president.
And why should it be him? They're going to pick to go for no labels. What if other people want to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's Joe Manchin and he's a legislator already, we're going to give it to him? It's not. It's not fair.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
ridiculous.
That's not a good reason, a good enough reason to be president of the United States.
You know. But the biggest thing, they're going to be gaslighting the people just as the other two parties are.
Yeah.
You know, the other politicians. We need to stop worrying about president right now. We need to worry about taking over congressional seats, taking over Senate seats
Yeah.
for the minor parties. You get like 10 people in there in the Senate and 25 people in there for Congress, for the lower house, you'll start to see changes.
Right.
Because now they have to go to you.
Right. They have to go to
to
you
get
to
things
win
passed.
your vote. And the only way they're going to win your vote is if you're doing it constitutionally. If you're doing it constitutional, you got my vote. If you're not, go back and make it constitutional.
Right. And that's the way it should be.
Right.
But again, these people aren't for the people of the United States. They're for themselves, the bureaucrats, and the big money people.
Right. Lobbyists.
You know, the only candidates I see that have declared running and are independents, his name is Joseph Afroman Foreman. He's a rapper. Taylor Marshall, podcaster and an author. I don't know what he's a podcaster or author of. Heck, I'm a podcaster and author. Should I run? Hell no!
Did you ever see it? What is his podcast on?
I didn't get a chance to look at it. Never heard of the guy.
Yeah.
You know, people never heard of us either. So we're getting there. And Kanye West, we know him. He's crazy, but he's also a rapper. I'm sure there's a few more out there, potential candidates that may decide to run, like Liz Cheney.
Oh.
I mean, a Republican,
I hope
not a true independent. Tulsi Gabbard, not a true independent. She's a Democrat from Hawaii. Again, they would use their base, their party, to get things done. There will still be partisan bickering, which is what we're all fed up with.
Yep.
That's why we talk about another party to get involved, a minor party. And we have a couple out there that are running on minor parties, or third parties, if you want to call them right now. We have Cornel West for the Green Party. I haven't even researched the Green Party. We'd have to look and see what he is. You know? Yeah. Petar Sansky, American Solidarity Party, and Michael Wood for the Prohibition Party. I don't know who these people are. I'll have to do more research on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I never heard of them.
Those are...
I don't even see them in the news. The only one I see is the Green Party guy.
Yep, Cornel West.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a lot of good points, just like the other two.
Well, you got to give him credit. He's fed up, and he's running under a minor party.
Yep.
Not a lot of people can do that. He's doing it.
My question is, how many states is the American Solidarity Party in? How many states is the Prohibition Party in?
Yeah, and I never heard of the Prohibition Party.
Well, this is the first time I heard of it too. I mean, they're not in 50 states. I can guarantee that.
So they can't get. They have to be in all 50 states. They have to have a.
Well, if you need all 50 states to run for president, to get electoral votes.
Yeah.
You know.
Do they need, how many signatures do they need for president?
Oh,
they need
each
from
state,
each state,
varies.
right?
Yeah, each state varies.
So do these people have it, or we don't even know?
They probably have it in one state or two states or three states.
But they don't have it.
The Green Party's in a lot of states because they're just a spin-off of the Democratic Party.
Right.
The American Solidarity Party, I've heard of them before. I don't know how many states are in. You know?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So that's where I come down with.
So maybe next week we'll do some research and find out about these guys.
So my thing is, that's where minor parties come into play. Stand under the sun, you know, the Stand United Network. Because we can help them get on ballots in other states, when states are not in.
Yeah.
But people don't understand. They'll still have their own autonomy. You still vote for. I mean, you still represent your people, but now under a banner, you have thousands of others that can represent you too. You know, believe me, they all have great ambitions, and I applaud all their efforts.
Yeah, but he'll have a bunch of minor parties that
Like I
might
said,
have a few thousand here and there, and they're in different states.
Like I said,
like you were saying.
they don't have minor parties back in.
Yeah, and they're in different states, so they could grab more states too.
Yep.
You know.
I mean, talk for a minute, Mike. How many members? How many states? How's your golf or your charities going? This is Junior.
We're looking at the Special Olympics for the bowling. We're still waiting to get another bowling alley for state games because we only got one so far. Because you know what happens is we have unified. It means we're a parent or a friend of somebody, or singles. You bowl by yourself. So when they have state games, you know what happens is they have to have 2 different bowling alleys.
I was watching his bowling Sunday. It was Sunday, right?
Yeah, Sunday.
He did really good. He kicked his butt, father's butt.
Yeah.
So the Prohibition Party started in 1869.
Really?
Yep. September 1st, so 153 years ago. And we're really just hearing about it now.
Really? And how many states does it say?
Doesn't say right now
Does it say?
how many states are in. But,
I did not think it would be that old.
yep, it's that far.
How about that?
When we say all minor parties need to unite under one banner, we could help this party,
Yeah.
you know? Other parties could help this party. The American Solidarity Party could help the Prohibition Party and vice versa. You know? All minor parties united under one banner, but still have their own autonomy. A website and a Facebook page where it's private only to groups or parties that represent this umbrella.
Do you know? Did you hear anything about Michael Wood or the other guy, or any of their campaigns, or they're not even on the news? They're not even on the radar.
I've never even heard of them.
Mm.
You know, registered voters and volunteers that could assist in getting the word out.
Yeah.
A grassroots organization, not affiliated with the Republican or Democratic parties. I mean, those parties have ruined this great country. You know, I say it all the time. What have they done for anybody the last 40 years? Since
40
Reagan.
years. It's been since Obama.
Since
Maybe
Reagan.
even before that.
Since
Yeah,
Reagan.
right.
That's
These
the last
guys
time
are
we had
terrible.
Trump. You know, George Bush, the first George Bush, Clinton, second George Bush, Obama. Trump did all right, you know, but he's not presidential.
Well, what he did was he just made a bunch of executive laws, which as soon as he was over, were gone.
Executive laws shouldn't stand up
No,
in Congress.
no,
They're false laws.
that's not his job. His job is to get the votes in Congress
No,
to
they're
pass
executive
this
orders.
law.
Executive orders stink.
Yeah. Well, look what happened. Biden got in there and got rid of them all.
Right. And the next president's going to get rid of Biden stuff.
Right.
You know, that's
It's got the Congress has got to start doing their job.
we need to strengthen what the other presidents do, not take it away.
And the only way to do that is by passing laws, right?
Right. And throwing these two parties out and having independents
Right.
and other minor parties in there.
Right.
You know, but I'm going to make this simple. Say 10 groups sign up for our idea. One group has 2,000 members, another has 500, and all the others have about 3,000 members. So right away, you have access to about 30,000 members that can be reached just like that.
Mm.
If they come under the Stand United network,
Right.
this banner.
And definitely term limits.
Yep.
Whoever goes under this banner, it should be term limits.
These members would be in every state. It could be the People's Party or even the Constitutional Party. But they're not in every state because the rules for getting on a ballot are different in every state and sometimes hard to achieve.
Mm.
We're finding out here in South Carolina, we need 10,000 votes, 10,000 voters to sign a ballot for us. It's going to be hard,
Yeah.
you know. But say the People's Party is not in New York, but the Constitutional Party is. Well, they can now endorse the People's Party candidate for office. And now then you get these other people and hey, back my guy, you know. This is so we can come together and work together to get a Republican out of office. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it might be a very good candidate. Because now you have all the parties saying, look, we got a group of 5. Out of these 5, which one do you think will be the best?
They can primary each other.
Yeah. And then they have to come to them for votes.
Yep.
You know, so these close votes, you have to win over that party. We got to win over that party.
Right.
And then they're going to give in unless it's constitutional. So I better get out my little book and read up on it because I really don't know what it is.
You heard of network marketing?
Yeah.
I'm sure we've all heard of network marketing. So you start today with one party. Next week, you have 2. The week after that, you have 4. The month after that, you have 8. The month after that, you have 16. It keeps doubling and doubling all the time until everyone gets at the top. It's kind of an inverted pyramid.
Yeah, the pyramid.
You know, it's not a pyramid scheme, it's an inverted pyramid where all the parties are on one level. But one party has to start it out. and take each party into this banner. You know, but we can only achieve that if we stand united. I've said it earlier. Together, everyone achieves more. You know, I've heard this quote 1,000 times, and it goes like this: "When the student is ready, the teacher will appear." Ever heard that?
Yeah.
You know, that's true. Because everybody learns at different times in their life. When the person is ready, the teacher will be there to teach. I say when the voter is ready for a minor party, the minor party will appear and lead them to a new political environment, one that doesn't say Republican or Democrat.
Yeah.
Mike, you have anything to add?
Well, I think it definitely has to change, and we need minor parties. And if we could get them under one banner, who knows how many we could get in office. It's not going to, you don't really need that many. Just enough to stick a thorn in. Say, no, you can't get that until you talk to me.
You like 10 people in the Senate and like 25 people in the House. So Mike and I were talking earlier about, Jack and I have been doing this for a couple of years now, and he found something in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
It's very interesting. So I'm going to ask him to read it.
Well, Jack and Dennis, they always been talking about this government wants to be socialist or communist, and that's why they don't fight too hard on anything they say, because they believe in their government, not ours. And I was just reading through I have a study Bible, and I was reading chapter 20 in Exodus, which is the beginning of the Ten Commandments. And it says, "And God spake all these words, saying," and he gives the Ten Commandments. And then it has a little note there, and it says, "The Ten Commandments were not written by Moses. They are here spoken by God, and later written not by Moses, but by God himself. This is why the United States government refuses to let children hear them or read them in the public school system. The United States wants nothing to do with God when he speaks negatively. The United States wanted a public school system like they had in Russia under Stalin. And that is just what they have set up. And you tell me if that's not true.
Do what they're doing to our education system right now.
Right?
Biden said your kids are not your kids.
Right.
They're the government's kids. And yet people sit on their ass and say, "Oh, okay, I guess they're right."
Yeah.
You know, if you got that mentality, something wrong with you. Something very wrong with you.
No, they shouldn't be taught anything but social studies, science, math,
History.
and English. Right, history.
History of the United
Not
States. Good and
social
bad.
systems. It's not up to them to teach our kids what's wrong or right. That's up to the parents.
Teach them math. Teach them history. Teach them science.
Right.
You know? Teach them how to be better people. Not telling them that we hate each other, because we don't.
No. And they're constantly saying the United States is wrong. And forget about God. God, like it says here, they don't. Anytime God says something negative, they don't want to hear it, and they don't want your kids to hear it. And they've done a very good job at that.
I'm saying when you say enough is enough, folks. We're here right now. Enough is enough.
Yeah.
These clowns, these tyrants have got to go. They are ruining this country.
Yeah.
And have been since Reagan. Just after Reagan. You know. Anything else you add?
I mean, have you seen all the videos with San Francisco? How does that
I've heard about it.
Governor sleep at night? They're
It's
literally
Gavin
telling
Newsom. He has no
people.
heart.
They're literally telling people not to come. Everywhere. They said not just in certain places. Everywhere there's homeless. In front of every house and every building. They said that they have people that are smashing people's windows to the point where they're leaving their trunks open so they won't bash their windows in to grab their stuff. And no police are doing anything about it because that governor refuses to let them do their job.
I think Newsom is Satan.
Huh?
I think Newsom is Satan himself.
And he wants to run for president.
Yep.
I mean, talk about dangerous. Can you imagine every state being like his?
Be careful, folks.
And I seen pictures. These guys in broad daylight. They were stopped at a red light. The guy came out of his car, opened the door, took the stuff out of the back seat, threw it in his car, and took off. And nothing was said. Nobody does anything because they can't.
And didn't you say business owners are telling people to stay away?
Business owners are not only telling people to stay, they're leaving in droves. I seen a Walgreens, which I didn't even know there was any left in San Francisco,
Right.
chain up their freezer department because they get 20, what do they call, shopliftings a day. They come in there and they take everything, and so they finally chained up their freezer section and refrigerator section because 20. I thought it was 20 since this guy's gotten up. 20 a day.
Yeah.
How is this guy still in business? How is this Walgreens still in business?
This is the America you have voted for.
Yeah, over and over again.
Over and over again. It's gotten this bad because of us,
Yep.
not the government. We let them do it.
And if this guy gets into presidency, oh,
You know.
then it's definitely shame on us.
You know. I don't even want to talk about that anymore. It's crazy. He's an idiot.
Yeah, I was watching these videos, Dennis. It was unbelievable. I mean, I was getting mad, and I don't even live there.
Junior.
Edward says I had no sound
Uh-oh.
on the Facebook Live.
Should have sound.
I don't know, that's what he said.
Maybe it's his computer.
Let's see.
So I'm sure most of mainstream media has been talking about the congressional hearings regarding Hunter Biden for tax evasion and Biden for bribery.
Well, I talked to you about that before this, too.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I mean, I know Fox News covered a lot of it, and I'll leave that nonsense to the media.
But it's
What I honestly believe, I think it's a dog and pony show because nothing will ever get done. Nothing will ever happen.
that's exactly what I think, too.
You know what?
Even if they charge him with everything.
They have solid evidence that Biden took a bribe. The president of Burisma came out and said, yes, I feel I was coerced.
Yep.
I think it's raining out.
I think so.
Wow.
It's pouring out, folks. You know?
But I don't think, I think they're both going to be pardoned. Nothing's going to be done. If any charges are even brought against them.
You know? It's all talk. It's just a game to these politicians.
Well, I've been saying that from day one.
Yep.
They yell, swing, carry on, and you never hear anything about it after that.
But they're at their own, each other's fun.
Yeah, that's right. They were all having tea and coffee together, having a little drink at their favorite bar
You know?
on our dime.
You know? Remember, their end game is to get a member of their party elected. Nothing else. They don't care about you. And when they sucker people for a vote, to vote for them, nothing ever changes.
Yeah, that's the only time
Come on,
you ever
look.
see them.
We see the same show every year. It's Groundhog Day over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's very good.
You know? That's what these people are.
Wow, that's a great name. It's like you wake up every election, it's the same thing.
You know? But I think it's a dog and pony show, and I don't think anything's going to come out of it.
No, neither do I.
Because it's just talk. That's all it is.
I actually get mad when I see the stomping and you better. First of all, that FBI is still in office. He's still the what do they call him? The
Whistleblower.
no, the guy in charge of the FBI. He's what do they call him? A secretary?
I don't know.
You know,
Attorney General?
no,
Attorney?
the FBI guy.
I
He's
don't
in
know.
charge of the FBI.
Director?
Yeah, director. Okay. How does he still have a job?
I don't know.
If they really wanted to make a change, they could stop his paycheck. They pay him. Right? Congress is in charge of the purse string, right? So no. So you're not doing your job. You either resign or you're not getting a paycheck.
Yeah, I'd like that's going to happen. You know, I really wasn't sure what I want to talk about next for my second part. But Madeline reminded me of an article we looked at, and she said she believes it'd be a good topic for us to discuss. You know, we always hear that the Democratic Party stands up for the middle class, and always has the back of black citizens.
They don't.
Right.
And they're not for the middle class because they're multimillionaires. They don't know what it's like to live paycheck to paycheck. They have no idea.
50% of them are millionaires. So Madeline, thank you. Believe it or not, they don't take care of anyone
Nope.
but themselves.
Themselves. How are they going to become rich?
If you can't see these people, there's something wrong with you. Why you believe in the Republican Party? Why you believe in the Democratic Party? When they're against us every step of the way. More taxes, more taxes, more taxes.
And
More laws, more laws, more laws.
And the funny thing is those taxes aren't going to where they say it's going to. A fraction of the amount that they collect goes to that, and the rest they spread out for their re-elections and this and that and the other thing.
You know? Where are the jobs Biden and the Democrats have told us about? Especially green energy jobs.
Yeah.
Where are they? There are none.
No, there isn't.
You know, our black friends in the community must stop believing, as well as our white and Asian friends,
Yeah.
need to drop the Democrats like a bad habit. They have promised us for 40 years. I used to be a Democrat.
I'm still a Democrat, but I haven't voted for Democrat in years.
You know, they have some good ideas. They have some good practices. But you know what? They don't represent me anymore. They represent this far left America, the cop hating, military hating, crime lovers, and let the
Rich.
victims suffer.
Entitled people.
3 years into Biden's presidency, and black Americans are feeling it the most. So why do you believe in Democrats is beyond me? Here's the name of the article. Black workers comprise 90% of the recent unemployment numbers.
Wow.
Since April.
That much?
Since April. It's by Nick Robertson. This was on July 7th, 2023. You must read it and then challenge the party. Challenge the party you're with that have been lying to you for more than 40 years. Lying to me for more than 40 years.
Republicans are the same. They're not for us.
You're
They're
right.
not for
They're
any
not.
Republican.
No.
Small business? Mm-mm.
So this is right out of the article, people. A new Bureau of Labor Statistics published Friday, which is on the 7th, found that black Americans make up nearly 90% of those who are unemployed in the U.S. since April. Hold on, Junior. Black workers made up about 267,000 of 300,000 new unemployment cases this spring, the report says. The current unemployment rate of the demographic sits at 6%, nearly twice the rate of white employment, which sits at 3.1%. So who's getting left behind? They know they're getting left behind, but yet they still vote for the Democrats.
Every time they come up, they vote Democrat.
Stop. Stop voting for these goddamn clowns. They don't care. They don't care if you're in poverty. They don't care if I'm in poverty.
No.
You know, it'll take you less than 5 minutes to read.
Yeah, what's the name of this guy again? Say his name again.
Mr. Robertson. Nick Robertson.
Nick Robertson.
Again, the name of the article, black workers comprise 90% of recent unemployment numbers, data shows. You know, take you less than 5 minutes to read. So my suggestion is get on it right now. Junior?
Maryland says it doesn't voice caption either. So, I don't know what's wrong with this.
Alright, we'll have to send it. When we get our other one tonight, we'll resend it to them.
Okay. I tell them.
You know? If we all could just do a little research, you'd be amazed at what you find out about politics. It's time for black Americans, Asian Americans, and white Americans.
And
To
Spanish
join-
Americans.
Hispanics, right?
Yeah.
To join a minor party, like right here in South Carolina, the Independent Constitutional Party. Reach out to us, fedupwithpolitics.com, and let's talk about how we make sure lower income people under the poverty line are not left behind. These people are being left behind. 90% of you that make up the unemployment rate. 267,000 people in the since April.
Yeah,
4 months.
That's a disgrace.
Last 3 months are make up 300,000 of the unemployment numbers.
That's a disgrace.
It is. It's absolute disgrace. Stop voting for these freaking clowns. They're not here for you. They're not here for me. They're not here for Mike.
No.
We need parties that will help every single American out there, every citizen, not just because you're a Democrat or Republican, but as American citizens in this divided country right now. This country's going to fall unless we unite. We're going to have another civil war eventually. We're going to be so divided, we're not going to know how to go back unless we unite now. Just get away from these effing parties, people, because they suck.
They're evil.
Suck the blood right out of us. Suck our money right from us. Look at gas prices. Went up 35 cents overnight here in South Carolina the other night. 35 cents. That is freaking crazy. But yet we still vote these dick freaking clowns in. We're idiots. That's all I gotta say. We're idiots. The time's come. We stop. We join together and say no freaking more. Mike, you got anything?
Yeah. First of all, these guys, they know what they're doing.
Yep, they know exactly what
They
they're doing.
know what you know. Everyone, you can close your eyes to this as much as you want, and say that it might have been a mistake or not. It's not a mistake. These people know what they're doing, and we're letting them get away with it. I mean, Trump, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest Trump supporter there is, but the blacks were making more money under Trump than any other president. Same with the Hispanics; they were making more money.
I don't care what money you make. If you're an entrepreneur, whether you're white, black, male,
This
female,
government's making it hard.
do your thing. We'll support you. If you want a black business and you got good food or good products, I'm going to go in there because I believe in what you're doing.
But this government right now, they don't. They
want
only
control.
care about themselves. How many regulations are they for these small businesses?
Tons.
My brother Jack owned a business, and they made it almost impossible for him to survive because of the regulations, the fines. They can fine a small business and put them out of business like that.
Right. You're absolutely right.
They have
ridiculous.
no feelings for you. They don't care about you. They don't care about your business. They don't care about your employees. They don't care about your family. They don't care about their own family. They care about them.
They care about this new world order. They care about population control. They want to eliminate millions of people. They just don't know how to do it yet.
Yeah.
They tried with COVID because it was proof as it was man-made out of a lab in Wuhan, China, that everyone said, now truth is out, it came from Wuhan, China.
And what happened to Dr. Fauci?
He's got private security now from the government.
What is the government doing?
Helping him.
So they're not going to bring this man who lied throughout the whole 2 years. Nothing's being done. Another one, yelling and screaming in Congress. Nothing.
Yep.
Got private security, retired, making lots of money.
They're talking about Phoenix, and they just hit 19 days of over. We hit the record they hit 19 days of over 110 degree weather.
Right.
But they don't tell you in 1974 they had 18 days
Yeah. Well,
of the same weather they're having this.
they had to
this
break
week.
a record somewhere, so that's
Yeah.
what I always say.
But they had 18 days in a row back in 1974. Were they talking about climate change then?
No.
No, they talk about summer,
And it's funny, now it's called climate change. You know what it was called before?
global warming.
Right. But they couldn't do that because it was getting cold in the places. So now it's climate change. Guess what, folks? The climate changes.
And every time they say the world's going to end, it hasn't ended. They just keep removing the date because you people fall for it.
Yeah.
Stop with these politicians because they're terrible.
You know the sad thing about this COVID? That they lied to the American people that the next one, God forbid, that might be really serious, nobody's going to believe. And millions are going to die.
Yep.
Because they're going to say, they're going to lie to us again.
Screw it,
Yeah.
They're
Or they're going
gaslighting
to
us.
tell everybody to wear masks, and we all know that doesn't do anything, and they're going to die anyway.
Yep. So we're just about to close up for tonight. Mike, you got anything?
No, that's it. That was a good show.
Oh, we're not done yet, buddy.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Folks, I challenge each and every one of you, black, white, Asian, male, female, or even those who are not sure what gender you are or what you want to be. Look into your mirror and ask yourself this question. Am I better off today than I was yesterday or in the years past? If you say yes, congrats to you. You're in a category that most people can probably never be in. But I feel like most of us, most Americans, I'm sure that'll be a solid no.
Yeah.
And if you did answer no, why are you still backing the Republican and Democrat parties? They are the major issue. The problem why 90% of black voters are on the rise in unemployment.
That is a disgrace. I cannot believe 90%. That's unbelievable.
How can we talk about equality when people are left behind? Families going hungry and homeless. Mike just talked about it in San Francisco.
Yeah.
People are homeless, stealing every day. Government I mean, businesses are going out of. They're closing down.
Yeah, there's closing signs everywhere in San Francisco.
You know what's sad? Is when our government fails the American people, but gives millions to illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
We need to take care of United States citizens before any illegal is even thought of.
They not only give to illegal immigrants, they're giving it to all these other countries. Why are we giving Ukraine? All right, they're at war. Why are we giving them money? I mean, billions. And it's unaccountable. We don't know where it's going.
You know, we need to secure our borders.
Yes.
And more importantly, we need minor parties to wipe out these lame ducks that call themselves politicians.
Or at least make it harder for them.
Mike, can you lead us in prayer?
Yeah. Just one thing. Anyone who says that they're doing better off than they were yesterday or last year, they're lying to themselves. All right. What we got here? We got, I'm going to read Matthew chapter 17, verses 19 and 20. Then came the disciples to Jesus apart and said, Why could not we cast them out? And Jesus said unto them, Because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, Remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Okay, let's pray. Dear Lord, a grain of mustard seed is so small, it's nearly unseen. How could anyone who loves you not have at least that much faith? And yet, Lord, even your disciples failed from time to time because of unbelief. Lord, you know we have failed you too many times, and we're sorry. We don't understand, Lord, how our faith can be so strong. We can almost see it. Maybe not up to the moving mountains, but we feel your power in us and believe we're capable of anything. And on other days, Lord, our faith seems puny and weak. Lord, be with us on both our strong and weak days, because, Lord, no matter how we feel, we want to do your work. We pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen. Remember, we're live here every Thursday night, 5:30, on your favorite podcast channel. We're like 10 of them, I think. We got lots.
Yeah, I can't
Lots.
believe it's more and more every week.
And for some reason, we're having a problem with our Facebook tonight, but usually it's on the Facebook page of the Hawk Podcast. Please join us, like and share. And before we know it, we can win by joining together. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend.